Chapter 6. Lagos, Nigeria. Dressed sharply for business, Babza deftly fastened the last button on his shirt, his mind already focused on the day ahead. As he turned around, he found Desi's gaze fixed on him, her expression unreadable. "What is it?" he asked, sensing an underlying tension in the air. She spoke in barely audible tones, her words hesitant and uncertain. "I want to remind you about the money." "How much is it again?" Babza inquired, his tone neutral as he awaited her response. Cautiously, Desi started, 1 million naira. Babza grabbed his phone from the table and quickly accessed his bank's app to finalize the transaction without hesitation. He glanced at Desi and said, "Transferred?" "Thank you!" Desi exclaimed, her face lighting up with joy as she moved to hug him briefly in a spontaneous gesture. Babza stiffened slightly at the unexpected gesture, but quickly regained his composure. "Can I come with you to Abuja?" Desi asked eagerly, her eyes pleading for approval. "No!" Babza replied sharply, his tone allowing no argument. "I have business meetings all day tomorrow and the weekend." Disappointment flickered across Desi's face as she lamely uttered, "Okay, I'll be waiting when you get back." Her voice tinged with resignation. Babza suppressed the growing irritation that Desi's presence was beginning to provoke in him. "You don't have to do that," he muttered stiffly. Looking at her phone, Desi replied coolly, "The driver should be waiting outside. I'm off to work." She lightly kissed his cheek, turned on her heels, and headed toward the door. "Desi!" Babza called, stopping her in her tracks. "Give me the house key." Desi's face creased in confusion. "Your house key? Why?" she questioned, her tone laced with apprehension. A smirk played at the corner of Babza's lips as he explained, "I gave you the key once so you could let yourself in before I came home from work. It wasn't meant to be permanently in your possession." Desi opened her mouth to protest, but no words came out. With a defeated sigh, she reached into her handbag, retrieved the key, and handed it to him. "Call me when you get to Abuja," she muttered, her voice heavy with dismay. Babza's response was brief. He replied, "Yes, I will," before turning away dismissively. As Desi walked out the door, a vague sense of unease settled over her. She couldn't shake the feeling that their relationship was in trouble, a realization that left her feeling hollow and uncertain about the future. That afternoon, Babza arrived at the local airport terminal and found her waiting for him. She waved to catch his attention, and he smiled to show his pleasure at seeing her. "Good afternoon, sir, Mr. Tabor," the girl said promptly when he was within earshot. "Trisha!" he called out to verify he had the right name. The girl's head bobbed up and down in acknowledgement. Smiling lightly, Babza said, "Call me Babs. Mr. Tabor is for the office." "Yes, sir. You can drop the sir too." Trembling lightly, she stuttered, "Okay, sir. Let's get going." He cut her off. He walked over to the check-in counter. The girl discreetly followed him, keeping a careful distance. He was her employer and had made it clear that their rendezvous must remain a secret. She had no qualms about that. The thought that he noticed her among all the other female employees made her heart flutter with excitement. Traveling with him was a privilege she would never risk jeopardizing.